It's been a little bit since your win, but it was such an impressive win. Talk about it, man. I mean, how good did it feel to be back in there and get the performance that you did?
It feels great, you know. We've been working very hard to get to this point, you know, and it's just the beginning. You know, I got a big fight coming up right now, and I think this year is going to be my year. And I'm definitely getting back to the top 3 without a doubt. And you know, that's what we're here for, working hard every day. And the fight in the beginning, in the first round, he came out strong, you know. But I knew once I get his time, you know, he usually tends to fade a little bit. So I just got to hang in there, you know. And when I was going to start fighting him, it didn't take much. So you know, that was a good thing. But we trained those techniques over and over, you know, because he was such a long dude, and he was really good at slipping out just a perfect amount out of my punches. I have to punch and kick to close that gap, and that's exactly what happened.
That doesn't happen all the time, I bet.
The fire alarm's going off doesn't happen a whole lot. Does that happen in here at practice a lot?
Not that often, but when it does, we gotta wait for the fire people to come and all that stuff.
No worries. Well, we'll get back into it. Obviously, you mentioned the fact you got a big fight coming up. Talk about the matchup itself. Is it one that you were looking forward to, that you want? Because it seems like it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, you know, I always visualize me fighting those guys at the top. You know, especially when I was out, I seen him fighting GSP and Nick Diaz, and I think it's a perfect matchup, not just for me, but for him also. You know, we will have the opportunity to showcase our skills and show who's the better fighter. And I know I'm going to come on top, so I'm very excited.
You talked about training for kind of a long, lanky kind of guy. He's very similar. He's got that long, lanky build too. So is there anything, you feel like you're kind of building off that last fight a little bit, and there's things that you can pick up from that?
I think my last 2 fights, it was perfect preparation for this fight right now. And Fabianski is a 6'3" guy, Jordan Main 6'1", Condit 6'1" also. So it couldn't be a better time. You know, I'm used to the lanky guys, you know, for the last year and a half I've been getting prepared for those guys, and we got a great team here of length fighters also, you know, very skilled. So it couldn't be a better time for me to fight Condit.
That's awesome. Talk about fighting down in Brazil, man. It's been a long time since you've been down there. Are you excited about that? Because I mean, you live here. You got to travel. It's not like a home game for you. You got to travel too, but it's still your country, your people, I'm sure. So are you excited about it, or is it more kind of a pain that you have to go? I'm
definitely excited. You know, it's been 12 years I don't get to fight in Brazil. When I moved here, I was 19, and I only knew, you know, Brazil fighting. And now I have the opportunity to go back, you know, being mature, my family will be there, you know, and even though I never been to Goiânia before, you know, I've been here for so long, but it'll be exciting to, you know, hear people chanting my native language, you know.
It's crazy to think, because, you know, we think about Thiago Alves, we think back to UFC 100 and, you know, all that you've already done. You're only 31 years old, so, I mean, do you feel like maybe people have kind of forgotten about you, and it's time to remind them, like, hey, I've still got a lot left? Oh,
they're going to definitely be, you know, find out again who I am. Yeah, I got into sport very early. You know, I got my title shot. I was only 25. You know, I was at the top of the weight class, very early age, and the injuries kind of sidelined me a little bit. So people completely forgot about me. They took me out of the rankings and all. You know, it was kind of cool because I was flying under the radar. You know, trying to get back to the top, and it's a great opportunity for me. You know, I'm not gonna waste it. I'm a lot better than what I was before, and I'm ready to take over everything.
I'm sure you're happy for your teammate that he's the UFC champion now, but also that's something you want also, right? So what does that do for you, that the belt's kind of tied up with your teammate?
It definitely motivates all of us. You know, we know that we have the tools, you know, to make champions here, and you know, that's very exciting. You know, we'll cross that bridge once we get there, you know, but right now he got a big fight coming up also, so, you know, we got to make sure that the belt stays an American top team. And, you know, if we ever get to that point that we got to fight each other, you know, we'll figure it out. I'm sure, you know, we're both professionals. That won't be a big deal. We do, you know, what we're supposed to do.
Compare the Thiago Alves that fought for the belt before to the Thiago Alves now. What's the biggest difference you think now to then?
It's a completely different guy, you know, and I'm more mature. I'm a better athlete, you know, I'm a better fighter also. But the main thing is I have the right people behind me now. You know, before I was just going through the motions. I didn't know what I was doing because I was climbing, you know, everything was so new. And now that, you know, we've been there, we've done it, we know what it takes, you know, I know what I have to do to become a champion. So it's just a matter of putting to action and making it happen.
What do you think we're going to see in Guyana? Obviously, like you said, it was a kind of a slow start last time, a little tough. Then you came out with this amazing finish. Is it going to be that kind of fight? Is it going to be dominant? What are we going to see?
It's going to be a dominant performance. You know, I'm going to go for the finish. I'm going to go for the kill. That's the way that we fight, you know, me and him. But I know I'm going to come on top. You know, it's my time. It's going to be my country, and it's no way I'm losing over there.